Hello, my Nagune Hakuseng. I'm the Nagune Sanseng, and we're back today with another lesson. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about positivity and negativity. When we jump into the lesson, I'll explain why we want to worry about these things, and I'm going to show you 3 different samples of negative statements and how we turn them to be positive in a way that we can present a more positive, affirmative, and energetic image to the people who are listening or reading what we produce. So hang right in there. We'll get right into the lesson. See you soon. Okay, let's let the battle begin. Now, looking up here, we have the statement of positivity and negativity. Let me explain briefly why this is really important. To begin with, English itself is something that we call a negative language. When we have an option as listeners, native listeners, and we're presented with a word like maybe, something that's ambiguous in meaning. It could be positive, it could be negative. Automatically, we generally hear the negative meaning. So if you say maybe to me, I hear no. Some cultures and some languages, they hear yes, and that causes some conflict, right? More than that though, because of the rise of the internet, where we're not using face-to-face communication and having those cues like smiles and other expressions, people are more aware of the words themselves and tend to react more negatively to negative ideas. If you look up here, you can see these ideas like won't, can't, don't. Younger people are going to be even more sensitive to this, but I think at this point in our culture and in our society, these apply to almost everyone. So here, let's look at this. This would be something that you would probably see in a business email. The package won't be delivered until Monday. Notice that we're highlighting this won't be delivered. This is not really useful information because it's only telling me one option, not coming. What would be useful? As the reader or the listener, I want to know when the package is coming, right? So if we just change won't, the opposite of won't is, I imagine you've got it faster than me, is will. So the package will be delivered, and let's say until itself, it's got that un, right? Un itself is a negative idea. The opposite of un, or at least this, until, is probably by. So the package will be delivered by Monday. Now we've turned the negative statement into something more positive and something more useful. We can jump down and look at this. This is another thing, like perhaps one of my engineering companies and engineering students, a customer sends a request. We can't produce a 5-liter container. If I'm the listener, again, not super helpful because you're just shutting the door. You're saying communication is over, or you're forcing me to start asking questions. Can you produce a 4.5-liter container? Can you produce a 4-liter container? That is going to drive me crazy. So instead, we can just say we can produce a 4.5-liter container, whatever you can create. That would be much more useful. If you want to emphasize there's no flexibility, we can only produce. Only itself a little bit negative, but it is giving me useful information to act upon. Finally, let's look down here. I don't like seafood. Now, I get this one a ton when I talk to people about choosing restaurants, and this isn't limited to only Korean students or other English language learners. This is something that's very deeply endemic, deeply connected to American culture too. But people who speak only in things that they are not, for for example, I'm not this. I don't like this. We get a very strong, very aggravating feeling from these people because they're very hard to deal with. Imagine we're choosing a restaurant. Would you like to get some sashimi? I don't like seafood. Okay. How about hamburgers? I don't like fast food. You're going to keep forcing me to guess. And eventually, I'm going to get upset and I'm just going to say, forget it. Forget it. I don't want to be your friend. You're going to meet negativity with negativity. And instead, it would be much easier to just go on like, you know, I prefer. And whatever you prefer, I prefer pizza. You know, we can get rid of the like there too. I prefer pizza. I'd rather have pizza. There's lots of ways to express this in a positive fashion. And that's what I'd like you to really take away from today. Starting to help you do this, focus on your writing. When you create emails or write papers, try rephrasing things in the positive manner. Later on, work on your speaking. Add these new concepts into your speaking, especially when you have time to prepare what you're sharing. Nonetheless, we'll wrap up here for today. I know that's a lot. If you have any questions, please drop them down in the comments section. I'll do my best to answer them. And we'll be back again real soon with another lesson. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you get a chance, be sure to like and subscribe to the video. It helps me a ton and really keeps me motivated to keep making more. I'll see you all next time. Thank you much.